Hello everyone, my name is Bibaral Gaming. I am a competitive VGC Pokemon player from the Philippines, and today we'll be discussing about the team I created in anticipation of the Series 2 of the rank ladders. As you may already know, Series 2 will allow the use of Paradox Pokemon, and the team we will be showing you today looks to leverage the potential of some common picks that we would see, namely Iron Hands and Iron Bundle. Before we start, I'd like to give a huge thank you to everyone who supported the debut of our channel a week ago. We'll be providing more helpful content in the future, so be sure to be on the lookout for those. Also, for my fellow Filipino players, there will be a huge local VGC and PTG tournament happening soon. If you'd like to check it out, I've linked the necessary information in the description down below. The first Pokemon that we will talk about is Iron Bundle. This Pokemon received the Ban Hammer pretty early in the Smogon metagame due to its ridiculous speed and special attack, as well as access to some insanely powerful stab moves. Freeze Dry hits common Dragon and Water type super effectively, while Hydro Pump, paired with Bundle's 124 base special attack, will deal huge damage to any Pokemon that doesn't resist it. Iron Bundle is timid nature with the standard max spread on speed and special attack, since you would be facing against mirror picks quite often. With this EV spread, you can gamble on a speed tie against the opponent's Iron Bundle, or you can look to dictate the tempo early on with Tailwind or even Trick Room support from your teammates. You also have Icy Wind for more speed control options. Next up is Iron Hands. Iron Hands is a plus attack and minus speed nature to take advantage of Trick Room from either side of the field. The idea is to pair Iron Hands with a Trick Room setter and use Fake Out to try and stop an opposing Pokemon in its tracks. Once Trick Room is up, you can start dishing out huge damage with your 2-stab moves. Drain Punch synergizes well with Wild Charge since it gives you a chance to regain your HP even after taking recoil damage. When outside Trick Room, Volt Switch is there for a slow pivot onto your Pokemon at the back. Iron Hands is holding an Assault Vest to take less damage from the likes of Goldingo, Iron Bundle, and Flutter Mane. Iron Hands is also Terra Flying for defensive coverage. Our Trick Room setter is none other than Farigiraf. With its decent bulk and ability Armor Tail, you're more than likely to pull off a safe Trick Room from full health, especially when you're paired alongside Iron Hands. Armor Tail negates priority moves targeted to you and your ally, so you won't have to worry about the likes of Fake Out, Extreme Speed, or Gale Wings and Prankster boosted offensive moves. With this EV spread, Farigiraf is guaranteed to live with 1 HP against a final Gambit from Annihilate. Hyper Voice and Shadow Ball are its damaging moves, while Helping Hand is there to boost the damage of your ally, especially when you're out of offensive options. Citrus Berry is chosen in place of Throat Spray since I believe Farigiraf will need more longevity, particularly when Trick Room is not beneficial or is hard to pull off due to poor matchups. The next Pokemon in our lineup is Amoonguss. Amoonguss is EV trained to try and tank as many hits as possible since its main objective on the team is to spread Sleep Status with Spore or redirect attacks onto it via Rage Powder. Clear Smog is also present to remove the boost from the like of Dondozo and other offensive Pokemon that love to set up. Water is our Terra typing of choice for even more defensive options in case the situation calls for it. Amoonguss is holding Rocky Helmet to try and damage the likes of Maushold, Roaring Moon, and even opposing Iron Hands. Another defensive beast that we have in our lineup is Garganacl. Garganacl is Terra Poison, making it resistant to some highly offensive moves. Although you're still weak to ground, you basically gain resistance against relatively common threats like Meowscarada's Flower Trick or Fluttermane's Fairy type moves. Having more resistances means you have more chances to regain HP back from recover and your combo of Protect plus leftovers. Wide Guard is present to protect your team from the likes of Earthquake, Make It Rain, and Dazzling Gleam, while Sword Cure is used to whittle away at the enemy's HP, especially those who are on the bulkier end of the spectrum. Garganacl also has one of the most busted abilities in Purifying Salt, preventing enemy Pokemon from inflicting status moves onto it. To round up the squad, we have Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is EV trained to have its speed stat a point higher than its attack. With Booster Energy, Roaring Moon's speed will be increased the first time it goes into battle. This synergizes well with Acrobatics since you basically consume your Booster Energy, thus amplifying the power of the move. Tailwind is here to provide more speed control, especially when you aren't running a Trick Room oriented pick. Roaring Moon is Terra Grass to potentially counter Spore and Rage Powder. I believe this team is well balanced and has a place in the meta. With Farigiraf and Iron Hands, you get a pretty solid Trick Room core that can deal huge amounts of damage early on. You also have access to some useful defensive options in both Garganacl and Amoonguss. Outside of Trick Room, Iron Bundle and Roaring Moon can provide the needed burst damage as well as decent speed control. I created this team way before the announcement of Series 2, and I'm glad to see that team compositions similar to this one are winning major tournaments internationally. As for myself, I'm about to reach the 1,800 ELO mark in Pokemon Showdown using this team. Okay, so gonna be up against Skeledirge, Gengar, Dragonite, Garchomp, Croagunk, and Dondozo. This is a very unusual team since we don't see the Tatsugiri alongside the Dondozo. Also, the Skeledirge poses a threat with its, of course, with its stellar defenses and the ability to stack up on damage via Torch Song. This Dragonite might also be extreme speed. That means kinda hard to set up Trick Room here, but I don't know. I don't know though. They have a very kinda in a middle speed tier, with the exception, of course, of Garchomp and Gengar. So I think we're still gonna be at an advantage if we take the Trick Room route. But we're gonna lead with Farigiraf and Iron Hands here since they do have two ghost types, however. So I'm kinda worried about that. But let's see. And I'll have Iron Bundle and Amoonguss at the back. Let's see. Again, the only problem that we will be facing here is if they lead with two ghost types. That means we cannot fake out. Just gonna have to brute force our way into activating Trick Room turn 1. Okay, so they don't lead with two ghost types. However, oftentimes I see Garchomp carrying covered cloak, but I don't know about the situation. So let's just hope for the best. I'm gonna go for a Trick Room here and then fake out on the Garchomp slot. It's gonna be okay. So it flinched. Wait, it is not holding covered cloak. There's a Trick Room now. However, Skeledirge is also a very good Pokemon to have under Trick Room, so I kinda know who outspeeds who at this point of the game. And it's now at +1. So I think I'll just go with Shadow Ball onto that Skeledirge slot. And then I'll go for Drain Punch on Garchomp. So let's see if they protect or if they Terra here. So okay, so no protect and no Terra from their side. It's good to know that Iron Hands is the slowest Pokemon here. Also, Farigiraf is slower than the Skeledirge. It's also good to know. That means we can take full advantage of our Trick Room. Also, Overheat missed our Farigiraf, but I think if Overheat didn't miss that turn, Farigiraf would have fainted. I don't know. It could be a roll. Since the Skeledirge is at +1 special attack. So I'm gonna go here. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go for Hyper Voice. Just in case we cover up or any switch into the Skeledirge slot. And then go for Wild Charge into the Skeledirge. I think it's gonna be enough to take the one shot. Okay. Wild Charge managed to take down the Skeledirge. But what about Hyper Voice? Okay, so it's enough too. I think the critical hit mattered there. Lady Luck is kinda on our side. But with Trick Room up, so it's almost guaranteed that we always have the upper hand in these sorts of matchup. So they now go with Dragonite. The good thing here is Farigiraf is still present on our side of the field. So even though the Dragonite has extreme speed, our ability Armor Tail prevents it from using extreme speed. And moreover, still have 2 turns of Trick Room left. So I can just go for a Hyper Voice here. So the question is, who do I Wild Charge? Okay, so let's just try to wild charge the Dondozo in case it doesn't Terra this turn. I believe they're gonna go Terra on the Dragonite. So my intuition tells me, okay, we're gonna go into a normal Terra. Okay, though Dragon. Okay. I thought we can bait them into using extreme speed with Armor Tail up. Okay, so wild charge, that means it's gonna deal super effective damage into that Dondozo. Very nice. So let's see if Hyper Voice is enough here to take down the Dondozo. However, Dondozo is slower than Farigiraf. That means it gets to move first under Trick Room. But it doesn't matter since Farigiraf is tanky enough to take that Wave Crash. I'm actually quite surprised that it managed to take that Wave Crash like a champ. So very well played there by our Farigiraf. Okay, so Draco Meteor managed to land. It's gonna go to my Farigiraf. Okay. That's okay, that's okay. Citrus Berry. Did not prove to be very useful in that situation. However, they only have one Pokemon left on their field. And I don't know if I should even bring Iron Bundle here. Eh? I would. Iron Bundle here as Focus Sash, so even if it somehow doesn't kill the Dragonite in this turn, it will still be alive for one more turn. Okay, so the Dragonite will move before our Iron Bundle. It's meant for a Thunderbolt. Didn't even brought our HP to half, so Iron Bundle just straight up annihilated the Dragonite. Okay, so GG's to our opponent. I think we showcased the capacity of both Iron Bundle and Iron Hands in that fight, so I'm quite happy with the results. Okay, this is the approach that we're going for. I'm very sorry, I forgot to hit start recording. So we're up against a team composed of potential Palmot, Plattermane, Bronzong, Tyranitar, and Amoonguss. That's their lineup. So we led with a very offensive-oriented core in Roaring Moon and Iron Bundle right away. So the Palmot here threatens to use Fake Out to prevent one of our Pokemon in their tracks. Probably it's gonna go for the Iron Bundle. Since they most likely know that Iron Bundle here is carrying Protect. So is carrying Focus Sash. So I'll just use Protect with my Iron Bundle. While the Roaring Moon here is gonna get straight up annihilated with a single Fairy type move from that Flattermane. So I'm gonna do here, I believe, I just protect the Roaring Moon too. Well, just in case the Palmot goes to its slot instead of the Iron Bundle. Because to be honest, I don't know which Pokemon are they gonna use Fake Out on. Also, so it turned out to be the Roaring Moon. They're trying to take down my Roaring Moon right away. Okay, so no more Fake Out this turn. That means I outspeed them with my Pokemon. So since Roaring Moon's Photosynthesis increased its speed, I believe we outspeed the Flattermane now. I don't think this Flattermane is carrying a Choice Scarf. So I'll just go for Icy Wind for spread damage. And then Terra, just in case the Flattermane still outspeeds us. And it also removes my weakness to electric. Okay, so we drew the Flattermane. So they're aware that the Roaring Moon is faster than their Flattermane. It's also good since we click Acrobatics into the Amoonguss slot. That means Amoonguss will take super effective damage from our 110 base power stab Acrobatics. We also Terra Grass here. That means the Amoonguss cannot use Spore or Rage Powder to our Iron Bundle. Unfortunately, Palmot dodged the attack from the Icy Wind. That means it can still have Focus Sash. It's kinda bad. However, I'm glad that we managed to take down the Amoonguss in one turn. It's very rare to see. Very rare sight to see. Okay. So this Palmot can still... I don't know what item the Palmot is holding. So okay, so they went for the Tyranitar to break my Iron Bundle's Focus Sash. But I'm kinda down to just reach out into my Garganacl. Just so I don't break Focus Sash early. Then I'll damage the Palmot slot. Is that really what I'm aiming for here? I believe so, yes. Okay, so we went to Garganacl. So we don't take residual damage from Sandstorm. Okay, so they also withdrew the Palmot. Then they went for the Flutter Mane. If Roaring Moon goes down this turn, which I think it will, does. I'm kinda okay with it since I know we outspeed the Flutter Mane with our Iron Bundle at the back. But I'm not gonna bring out my Iron Bundle first. I'm gonna go to my Iron Hands now for the Fake Out. And then I'm just down to use Salt Cure onto that Flutter Mane, just in case it switches out too. And then Fake Out on the Tyranitar. So let's see. This Flutter Mane may have Taunt. That's why we didn't go for a Trick Room strat. If we led with Farigiraf here, the Flutter Mane can just use Taunt to prevent us from setting Trick Room. So if we went for a more Trick Room oriented lineup, we're most likely gonna lose. Okay, so the Flutter Mane has confirmed its Life Orb. However, it's going down to a Salt Cure on Garganacl. So my worry here is now the Tyranitar outspeeds both of my Pokemon. It can use Earthquake to deal significant amount of damage to both of my Pokemon here. But good thing the Garganacl has Protect. Also, I can just use Wide Guard to prevent the Tyranitar from using Rock Slide or Earthquake. I still have enough HP. I can still live with one miss Wide Guard. Then whom should I use the Drain Punch on? Tyranitar might go for a Terra to negate its 4 times weakness to fighting. So I think I'll just go for the Palmot just to break its sash. Okay, so they went for the Terra as expected. So who it's gonna be? It's gonna be the Tyranitar. So okay, we're correct in our assumption. So it goes for a ground Terra. Probably it's looking to use Earthquake. Good thing we went for a Wide Guard. However, they went for a Fake Out. I forgot about that. That means they cancel our Fake Out. So this is Terra Ground. This is boosted. But it's not enough to take down any of my Pokemon. And then we still managed to heal some the damage, heal back some of the damage that we took from that earthquake. So the question here is, will the Tyranitar go for another earthquake? Since now the Garganacl is safe to move. I'm kinda down to just use Protect on my Garganacl, so I can have decent HP recovery from leftovers, and then just use Drain Punch on the Paumak. Okay, so they went for a Protect. Very well. And then Palmot use Revival Blessing, perhaps on their Flutter main. Am I right? Okay, so the Amoonguss. Alright. Problem here is we don't have the Grass Terra Roaring Moon anymore. So the only one with immunity against Spore and Rage Powder is the Garganacl. Okay. Okay, so now they send out Amoonguss. So what am I gonna do here? I don't think the Tyranitar has a better ground, has any ground type move aside from Earthquake. So I think I'll just go for Wide Guard here. If it doesn't use Earthquake, I don't think Tyranitar has enough firepower to take down the Garganacl at this HP range. So I just go for Wide Guard and then aim for the Tyranitar as well with my Drain Punch to recover more HP. Because that Amoonguss might be holding Safety Gog. What do you call this? Rocky Helmet. Okay, so they didn't go for a Earthquake. Understandable. Perhaps the Iron Hands will take its turn up. Will go to sleep. Oh no! So they went for the offensive on their Amoonguss. Alright. Well, good thing the Sandstorm has subsided. That means our Focus Sash still in play. Still gonna take 2 turns, 2 hits from their Pokemon to take my Iron Bundle down this turn. But I can just use Freeze Dry onto the Amoonguss. And then I'll use my... Which one is stronger? Okay, I'll use my Wild Charge into the Amoonguss slot as well. Because the Tyranitar should go for a... What? Okay, it's gonna go for a spread move. Oh. Freeze Dry is not enough to take the Amoonguss down. However, we managed to get the freeze. Okay, so Rock Slide. Doesn't take any of our Pokemon down. Flinch? No flinch. Okay, so it's now a 2-in-1 against the Tyranitar. It's basically game over for them, I believe. Even if they went for a Protect here, still a guarantee that it will go down. Okay, so Freeze Dry goes into the Tyranitar, and it's enough for the KO. Okay, so GG's to our opponent. Very well fought game. I think I showcase what Iron Bundle and Iron Hands can do when set up correctly. So GG's to our opponent. Good fight. If you're keen to give the team a try, the rental code and paste are included at the description down below. Also, if you like this kind of content, consider subscribing to our channel. I will be posting lots of VGC stuff here, and I look forward to provide some help regarding various Pokemon content.